If you want to put a pin in a time that was the end of BreadTube, this is it. Isn't that the guy who got caught with drawn child and animal on his computer? How can you even respond? Yes, exactly. The absolute best excuse that's been provided for the lolly is he didn't realise and it was an accident. And he thought it was goblin women. I wouldn't say it's not that bad, but instead encourage them to just look it up themselves. Have these people seen it? I think that, you know, your dog is not as bad as a child.
As somebody who is friends with an artist who draws goblin, the funny thing is I knew exactly what Vaush was talking about because his descriptor for goblin.
What nuance is there exactly? Vaush had lolly horse on his computer.
No idea.
Sweep, sweep, sweep! But now it turns out that you've been putting your hand into the horse lolicon cookie jar. There's literally so much funny coke.
Ethan Klein
There's so much funny coke.
has completely lost it.
The trouble is-
yesterday, Ethan Klein
Is that a lot of it is like 8-hour streams and stuff like that. Let me show you this that I found yesterday. This blew my mind. Is this it?
We got to.
We have to talk
Okay.
about Femios before they come on. Oh, we have to. Okay.
Is this it?
So I wanted to kind of do this in order, right? But now that Femios has said yes,
Oh my god. This is crazy. I was trying to find the right one, but I can't. Yeah, I tried to find the Augie one, but I can't find it. It's really funny. If someone can find it for me, I'll play it before we watch a bit of Femios' coverage, because it's really funny. The trouble is, here's the difficulty with it, right? Okay. I'm trying to find, right, where's Vaush's defenders? Who are the people that are cutting videos defending Vaush? And the realization that you come to, hopefully it's quite obvious to most of you, but there's not many people. There's not many people defending him. There aren't many people that are defending him. Because, of course, it's so utterly absurd and insane what's happened that barely anyone is defending the guy. Because why would you? So I've seen Keffels, Tipster. I mean, Keffels deleted the tweets in the end. But Tipster did a stream about them. This Femios person did like an 8-hour stream. So obviously, you know, I don't think we're going to watch whole entire streams about it. But we've then got someone called Jalen, whose meme I saw earlier, who I think most of you will probably know. They're like a failed commentary channel. They used to do quite well. They had 300k views, but for a number of different dramas, I think they're not really making content anymore that much. So is H3H3 just pro child slavery now? What? That's insane. Oh my god, dude. You cannot be fucking serious about this. That is fucking absurd. The cobalt keeps flowing no matter what. We're not ramping down, we're just getting started. Nothing stops the train, nothing. I don't think Ethan Klein at any point suggested that he was satisfied with child slavery. Like if you said to Ethan, would you rather that child slavery exist in cobalt mining or not? What would you say? I'm fairly certain he'd say, well, I'd rather it wouldn't, because that's wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's like such a, you know, this, funnily enough, they're calling H3H3 bad faith. This is bad faith. That is bad faith. That is the definition of what bad faith is. Brainy Biscuit. Actually, this could actually be an actual win for this subreddit moderator. By the way, guys, sorry, I'm a bit out of it today. I was up late. I haven't had much sleep, so I'm a little bit... I'm not firing on all cylinders, okay? I think we've seen all of these already, but... Oh, I didn't see this. Very cool. He's now putting me on blast, saying that I want to debate the ethics of child pornography. This is toxic, bad faith, drama-mongering trash. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ooh! Wait! Oh my god, I've just remembered something. I've just remembered. Oh, this is so funny. Keffals did like a big hit piece on Hassan Abi. Do you remember? It was around. I think I covered it, right? It was around Christmas time, and Keffals did this really stupid bullshit drama about Hassan's VODs. And it was kind of something or nothing. But then Hassan's response was shit, and he just kind of said a bunch of retarded shit. But anyway, so she tried to do this like hit piece on Hassan. How do I make money? And now, Hassan's giving you a bit of grief. Oops. That's funny, man. Anyway, let's see what Brainy Biscuit had to say. Actual could be a base take from this person. Normally they're very cringe and soy. Small rant incoming. I feel like these deleted tweets highlight almost everything wrong with Keffals and online output. Keffals is a drama betting weirdo who uses her transness and supposed progressive values as a shield from criticism. She takes full credit for the takedown of Kiwi farms, despite the fact that the farms are still around, along with dozens of doxing forums. Oh, do you notice as well? Do you notice the little shift in language there? A hero for fighting against. Now it's fighting against. For a long time, it was taking down or something like that, right? But now it's, I'm just fighting against them. Despite the fact the farms are still around, along with dozens of other doxing forums, she holds this one fake achievement above her head like she's some hero. It's a one claim to fame, one that she'll remind you of over and over again. She pretends to be above drama while she in fact revels in it. The irony of her calling out Hassan for bad faith drama mongering is palpable. Yes, true. Critical support to fucking Brainy Biscuit. That is 100% true. Remember, around Christmas, Kevels did a bunch of like drama mongering streams. Like, she did a bunch of streams where she was just literally doing the shittest, most stupid drama. There was one about that guy, a foreign man in a foreign land, where she like just showed like his father and was talking about his family and stuff and was putting up like clips from when he was in school and shit like that. It was crazy. Also, say what you want about Ethan Klein, but his point about a use of the term pedo jacketing is spot on. It's the most terminally online debate pervert phrase I've heard, and I had no idea it existed until this saga. Finally, she claims to be a leftist, yet allies herself with people like Xander Hall and Sean Head. Her politics boil down to whoever she's friends with in the current moment. She's friends with Vaush, so anyone against Vaush is a problem. She used to speak kindly towards Hassan and defend him, but I guess he liked the wrong tweets and now he's out of line. It's just team sports. She loves drama, she loves attention, and she loves picking fights until she's on the losing end. I think she is completely unserious as a commentator, and it shows considering she's now deleted all of her tweets. Actually, base take from Brainy Biscuit. Damn, I gotta say, credit where credit's due. That is actually, and also it's not too soy. You know, even in the part about Kiwi farms, it wasn't like too soy. I don't think.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Tavian Smith became a member.
Thank you for the membership. All I know about Keffals is that she scammed people using her transness for money. Yep. 100k. 100k, correct. Okay. So let's have a little look at some of these because these are fresh. These are fresh info, okay? Wait, so Ethan accepted being on Vaush's show and then Vaush said, actually, no, I rescind my original invitation. Yes. So this is what Ethan Klein is claiming. I offered him to be on our show. He said no, because you will lie about me. Then he said, you can come on my show if you want to talk about it. He claims I'm only doing this for views and that our live from Friday had huge numbers. In actuality, we had a very typical amount of viewers. 3. I immediately accepted asking him what's the difference, a question he did not answer. 4. He said he won't ever believe that I'm not knowingly lying about him and rescinded his offer. Guys, if you want to put a pin in a time that was the end of BreadTube, okay, I would say, if you haven't done so already, this is it. Vaush is completely unwilling to have a debate. In circumstances, he should be absolutely jumping at the opportunity to have a debate normally. Now, that being said, it is obviously the correct decision. Thank you for the link. To not do the debate because Vaush will get absolutely eviscerated. You know, imagine the XQC debate.
What is this fucking stream?
Imagine the XQC debate, but about horsecock pedo, lolicon pedo porn. What is there to debate about? Well, it's very simple. I think the main contention of the debate would be that it's claimed that Ethan Klein was being bad faith and dishonest in his presentation of what Vaush was talking about. But that's not true. They said specifically on the show, okay, we are going to look at the extra context, and they spent a long time. It's funny because, you know, it's like, oh, Vaush is like, oh, they went over it for an hour and a half. Yeah, because they were looking at the extra context of your clips to see if there's anything that might make it better. And what they found was that, and I don't think they even necessarily explicitly claimed, on the show at least, you're a pedophile. There's obviously the pedo jacket thing afterwards. That, you know, there was jokes about it. But I think they were pointing out that, like, your arguments were bad. You had bad arguments on this stuff. And so people are saying it's bad faith. And it's like, well, okay, well, come on the show and tell us how we're bad faith and tell us what we're wrong about and have a debate about it, right? But I think there was at least some effort in order to try and understand what Vaush was trying to say. And they still had lots of criticisms of what he was talking about. And on top of that, too, it's not just about the debate, the arguments in and of itself. Hey, how's it going, Lord Sather? Hope you're well. It's been a while. Damn, interesting timing to pop back up into the Vaush lolly horse discourse. But yeah, hope you're well. It's that, you know, you've got the arguments, but then on top of that, you've got the fact that he's got horsecock lolicon porno. So, you know, it's like those two things together are what make it particularly pernicious and particularly of an issue, because it's like, okay, so you were making those arguments and then it turns out you're jerking it to underage cartoons. I mean, come on, bro. That's a bit fucking suspicious, isn't it? At the very least. You know, if not obviously a lot worse than that. I don't know. Why attack Vaush so much? I'm not. Am I attacking Vaush? I think I've been fairly reasonable in how I've dealt with this. I mean, the dude just had it leaked that he jerks it to fucking horsecock lolicon porn. I mean, what do you want from me? What do you want me to say? That's an insane thing to happen. So there's Clay. So this is Ethan's claims about the debate. And Ethan says, I'm more than happy to share our DM conversation if he is okay with it. And then, Tipster. So for those of you that don't know, Tipster used to knock about the commentary community. And then he ended up parting ways with the commentary community because he felt that it was toxic and he wasn't good for him. And this was, I think, fairly shortly after he actually, funnily enough, got embroiled in a controversy about Lolicon himself. Because I think that what had happened was someone he was friends with had liked a Lolicon image on Twitter. And I think he tried to claim that the image wasn't Lolicon, despite the fact that the artist ended up claiming that it was Lolicon or something like that. Have I got that right? Is that how it happened? And so he got embroiled in this big controversy about it and everyone was like shitting on him. So in any case, he was recently featured at the Streamies. Oh, did he post it himself as like a fuck you, I'm going to post it? Wait, hang on a sec. So he was like, so he was like, right, fuck you guys. I'm going to prove to you it's not Lolicon. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I know there's been other drama as well, but I just think that was like a big part of what, because obviously everyone was mocking him for that, weren't they? Oh boy, that's rough. Anyway, it's kind of funny because apparently that happened about a year ago, and now here we are again, and he's doing the same thing again, defending someone against them having lolly. He's not learned. Yes, H3H Productions, you're losing your mind. You're being extremely bad faith, and now everyone is calling you out for it. After all the genuinely good takes you've had over the past year, we expected better from you. Oh. The thing that I don't understand with the liking stuff is your likes are public. You click like, everyone can see it. Sometimes it gets populated into their feed. Why are you liking stuff on Twitter? Of that nature anyway. Like, just don't fucking like anything ever. I wouldn't even like an image of a woman. Yeah, if you really want to keep something, bookmark it. There you go. Guys, if you don't want to get caught out looking at lolicon pornography on Twitter, bookmark it instead. However, you then present the problem that you click your bookmarks on stream and boom, you get flashbanged. Your audience is going to get flashbanged with your degen horsecock lolicon on Twitter that way instead. So anyway, yeah, we expected better from you. Like, dude, what? Why does Tipster have this such an unearned sense of like, you know, being able to sort of judge? Well, we expected better from you. Like, dude, it's this unearned sense of like, respect or something. You know. After all the good takes, you had to do this. After all the good takes, you had to do this. Condemn lolly porn. We must draw the line somewhere. And that's the thing that's so annoying about the people that are defending him is you can have like a defense of the guy if you really want to. I think it's stupid, but like it's like, why defend all of it? Why defend the lolly? Why defend the horsecock? Why not just say that shit is real bad? You know, and you really think that it's wrong that he's got it on his computer. Why not say that? Why can that not be the take that you give? Why does it have to be an absolute defense with no criticism? Because then you're signing off on really sick shit. And you are then going to get fucking that stain on you. Oh no. Uh-oh. Another banger from Vaush's community. From hereforth known as the Lollipops. Oh no. Uh-oh. You're a pedophile if you say CP and child labour are both bad. Don't look up my clothing brand. Or you're sweet. CP and child labour are both bad. Hello, human resources. See, this is what I mean about this, right? The sweeping on this is insane. Because it's not just about the arguments that he made. If it was just the arguments that are made, I'm fairly certain that segment would have gone differently, and they probably would have been critical and thought it was a bit weird, but I don't think they would have gone as hard on it, right? What you actually need here is Vaush in his hand is holding the image of all the fucking lolly horsecock shit that he had in his computer. He also needs to be holding that as well, okay? And he needs to be saying, if you can't show me why CP is immoral, it's the same as child labor or something like that, right? Like, it's total cope. It's like a lie by omission. They're all fucking like just burying their head in the sands about the key points of this and are focusing. It's like they're focusing on the part that they know that they've been able to deal with before, which is people coming after Vaush over these arguments that he's made. But it's not just about that anymore. You've got to take the leak into account too. And here we go. So this is Vaush speaking on this, I guess, to his Discord. There will be no debate. All of this has been discussed before at length. I talked to Ethan in DMs and he came across insanely snakish. Like a cartoon. Well, I tell you what, Vaush, is one thing you know about is cartoons, let's be real. Literally any direct engagement with him or or anyone else right now will be interpreted disingenuously, like I'm digging myself in deeper no matter what I say. The streams will continue. Oh, this is what I saw that seemed to suggest he was going to continue without getting into it. The streams will continue, the politics will continue, and like every other wave of disingenuous drama, the truth will be apparent to people who chill out for a second and consume literally any of my content. I mean, did say it's probably the best thing for him to not kind of go on and debate as much as I want the content, right? But this does look quite weak from Vaush. You know, Vaush is the fucking debate guy. Vaush is the, you know, I'll debate you, debate me, debate, you know. He has been critical of people that don't want to engage in debates before, and now here he is, completely refusing to have a debate with a new person, a fresh meat on something. And then obviously, you know, Vaush is begging me to release the DMs if he's going to call me snaky. So then we've got comments here from Vaush's community. Vaush should legitimately sue Ethan for slander. Oh. As nice as the thought would be, I doubt there's enough of a case currently. We'll see how the next few weeks unfold, though. No, there is. The amount of slander and false accusations are more than enough for a solid lawsuit. The legal understander has logged on. Clearly. Nah, there's no way. There's not enough there. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm not a legal expert, of course, but like, because if you listen to the stream, I think they are quite cautious about the way they go about criticizing him. And I don't believe that they called him any specific names as far as I can tell. Yeah, for example, I don't think at any point he has said Vaush is a pedophile in that way. He's done memes. He's done the pedo jacket joke. And obviously on the show, he was saying things like he's a crossover between Plato and Jimmy Savile and stuff like that. Anyway, what else have we got? Let's do a round of discovery on that hard drive, friend. Oh, boy. My favourite part is the X over the horse. Like, we just don't like horses, and that's why we're doing this. Oh, my God, dude. The cope is unbelievable. They just put a little X over the horse. These people are fucking sick in the head. Very wise, my liege. And while you're at it, call that one a pedo too, and that one and that one. Yeah. Yeah. I do not think that Vaush's community is winning the PR war. Let's put it that way, at the very least. I just think, listen, it's so funny. It's so funny because you've got like these essay posts of utter cope. Well, what are they even saying here? But now that people have something concrete to point to, it's just not going to be the same. Yeah, he had that porn on Twitter where people were getting mad. He liked a picture of a teenage character, but looking at the image, she was drawn in the most obviously adult figure. But trying to defend this stuff just makes us sound insane. Yes, this person gets it. This person is on the money. But trying to defend this stuff just makes us sound insane and makes him sound more guilty. Like he said on stream, if he were an actual pedo, he would use that exact same excuse. Oh, boy. I guess we could try just directly linking the porn to people. No, you can't because it looks... There's not a fucking normal-headed person in the land that would look at that and go, oh, no, he's off the hook. That's fine, actually. Now I've looked at this image of a particularly young-looking person milking a horse's cock. Actually, I think I've seen a different side to this now, to be honest. And I think that it is actually totally fine for Vaush to have this on his computer. Come on, that's fucking delusional. But this person broadly does have it. Look, they understand. See, this is the part that Vaush is missing. Is that Vaush is not recognizing of how bad it looks if you're not like on his side already. And, you know, even if people were willing, is that Rock Muncher guy still going on about it? So anyway, so of course willing to believe when he explains the situation, but how does this look to an outsider? Isn't that the guy who got caught with drawn child and animal porn on his computer? How can you even respond? Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly that. How do you respond to that? Oh, well, you see, the thing is, like, it's done. What? There's no response to that. That's why they avoid that so much and they focus on the pedo debate thing, the pedo fucking ethical fucking ethics of it, because they recognize that it is a complete non-starter to defend that, and they try and move away from that where they can. Or what they do is they just focus on the horse aspect and ignore the lolly aspect because they think they can get away with just arguing for the horse shit. Isn't that the guy that got caught with drawn child and animal porn on his computer? Yes. Correct. That is who Vaush is now, yes. How can you even respond? You can't claim it's out of context. The statement is literally true. Yeah, is all there is to say. I'm glad that people are waking up to the fact of how disastrous this is. Because that's exactly it. And that's it, isn't it? That really gets to the heart of this. Is when it's about the ethics thing, you can go, well, okay, it sounds bad, but what he's basically trying to say is that we accept a lot of unethical behavior, but we're very critical of other forms of unethical behavior. Was it the best example to use? No. But the basic point is that we could be more concerned as a society with other types of unethical behavior that are less transparent or obvious to us. For example, slavery in our supply chain. There we go. Boom. I've just defended the Vaush fucking CP bullshit argument, okay? And that's a better way of putting it too, right? However, if someone comes and says Vaush was caught with drawn child and animal porn on his computer, the best that you've got is you have to accept the horsecock stuff because he says himself he likes the horsecock shit. So, yes, that is true that he had drawn horsecock porn. And the absolute best excuse that's been provided for the lolly is he didn't realise and it was an accident. And he thought it was goblin women. Short stack. Thick, short stack goblin women. I mean, it's a tomfoolery level of lie, isn't it? Like, bro, it's so obvious that's not true. It's obvious that you like this shit. You saw it, you thought it was hot, so you downloaded it. And you're likely going to use it to jerk off to later as goon fuel. That's the truth of it. That is the truth of it. You like cartoon porn with young people in it. Lolly. You like lolly. That's it. That's the long and the short of it. What other oh, you accidentally downloaded it, despite the fact the character looks particularly young, despite the fact that some of it was tagged with like a lolly tag. Hopeless. Yeah, is all there is to say. And sure, maybe this drama alone would be survivable, but pairing this with all the other clips that look like he's defending CP, good luck defending some guy known for making pedo-adjacent statements that the drawn CP on his computer was there by mistake. Yeah, exactly. And sure, maybe this drama won't be so, but pairing this with all the other clips that look like he's defending CP, good luck defending some guy known for making pedo-adjacent statements that is the drawn CP on his computer was there by mistake. This is such a good post. The reason I like this, it really gets to the heart of this, doesn't it? And this is the kind of stuff that I've been talking about, right? It really gets to the center of this, that this is it. You cannot move past this. You cannot fucking move past this, okay? And it goes both ways too. Good luck explaining that the guy known for having drawn CP on his computer didn't actually mean it like that when he said all that stuff about CP on stream. And don't even get me started on the horse shit. I know it's complicated, but seriously, good luck not sounding insane. And don't even get me started on the horse shit. I know it's complicated, but seriously, good luck not sounding insane explaining why this guy had a realistic depiction of a horse having sex in his porn folder. Yeah. This person sounds like they know what they're talking about. Fair play to them. Oh no. Oh no, Ryan Beard's got bad takes. No. No, Ryan Beard. No, you've been so based recently. This is going to thoroughly cap any future growth for the channel. I doubt we'll ever be getting any future Congress people to come chat. Ooh, I wouldn't be surprised if Progressive Victory has to drop him over this. So, with the Progressive Victory thing, I don't actually think that Vaush is a recipient of money from Progressive Victory. I think that it's more so the other way around, and I think that he's more supporting Progressive Victory, or getting his audience at least to chip in. So I don't know if it's the kind of thing where he's going to be like cut off, but I mean, let's be real about this. You cannot have the man, right, who was caught with this on his computer associated with the political thing. You just can't. I mean, like, that is the fucking easiest win on opposition research you could imagine, isn't it? Right? Oh, this guy associated with this Democrat associated group was found with horse lolicon pornography on his computer. Boom. There we go. Game over. So, I mean, I would imagine if there's any fucking sense, there's already conversations happening internally about how to handle this. And the likelihood is it's gonna, I mean, from the sense of political saneness, there's going to be a severing of ties over this shit. Because how the fuck can you, justify being associated with someone who does this sort of shit? I feel terrible knowing that from now on, people are going to see any participation in this community as supporting a known pedophile zoophile. I'm definitely not going to be able to recommend a channel anymore, at least. Ooh. I can't even begin to imagine how Vaush is feeling right now. This has gotten worse than Professor Flower stuff, Cat Black, J.K. Rowling, and the Noah Samson stuff combined. Sorry for dooming, but I wanted to express this somewhere, praying for the best here. Yeah, it's like, hang on a sec, guys. You don't understand. Right? Vaush doesn't want to be the one getting fucked by the horse. Okay? He wants to be the horse fucking the lolicon. You got it the wrong way round, to be clear. Okay? Very invested in him. Well, the reason I'm showing you this is because, yeah, some people will get autistic about it. And obviously this is like an autistic level of getting into it. That's worse. Yeah, I know, that's a joke, isn't it? Come on, use your brains. Yeah, trying to explain to people why the porn isn't that bad. Hey, thank you for the sub. Trying to explain to people why the porn isn't that bad actually feels like a losing proposition. I think Vaush is smart and capable enough to come back from this, but he's going to have to chart his own path doing it. This is it's so funny. Look at this. I wouldn't say it's not that bad, but instead encourage them to just look it up themselves. Have these people seen it? It's fucked. I don't get how you could have seen it and say, these people should go and look it up. If anything, you want people to not look at it, and so that you can at least downplay it a bit by talking to them. You do not want people to go and look at this shit, bro. It's like that fucking, what is it, in Raiders of the Lost Ark, where the guy's fucking skin and that melts off and shit like that. That's the kind of thing that it's going to cause in people. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Vaush's fans. Addy Pupils, you're a fucking schizoid. I don't care about whatever the fuck you've got to say, okay? You're in here to laugh at, and that's it. Do not address me again. Pipe down and go back to your schizo posting. Thank you. Go back to posting schizo shit about Tom because he fears you. Anyway, I wanted to show you this because on here, you've got like this crazed effort posting that's going on. But then, if you look at the Ethan Klein subreddit, I mean, let's just say the vibe is a little bit different over there, okay? Let's just say there's a bit of a different energy going on. Oh, wow, look at this. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Keemstar defending fucking H3. That's crazy. Vaush is claiming H3 did character assassination. How? Did Vaush get caught with cartoon CP? Yes. Did Vaush admit he was caught? Yes. Did Vaush make multiple public statements about wanting horse cock? Yes. The only one doing character assassination is Vaush himself. Must be so nice to be nice in the YouTuber community. Throw each other under the bus for AdSense revenue during slow news days and stuff. Truly a brotherhood. Sorry, where's the brotherhood part of this? Also, what, you've got to saddle yourself to someone that's got fucking horse lolicon porn on their computer. Huh? What do you mean? Is this thrown under the bus? Looking at someone doing something crazy and going, holy shit, look at this. What loyalty would I possibly owe to Vaush whatsoever? What the fuck has Vaush ever done for me? What the fuck? What brotherhood are you talking about? I've spoken to Vaush a handful of times. I don't think we've ever... The only time we've been is on like a panel together once, I think. Or maybe a couple of times. What on earth loyalty do I owe to Vaush? What are you on about? He introduced you to Goblin short stacks. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Martin Kerr. Martin Kerr, I like that comment because it kind of makes it relative for the idiots, doesn't it? Would you defend a co-worker if they had lolly porn on their computer? Yeah, exactly. If Roger from Accounts had horsecock lolicon porn on their computer and they were going into a meeting with HR about it, would you be like, wait, guys, come on, let's not be too harsh. Let's not be too hasty. I don't think it was that bad. Okay, come on. Who hasn't been caught with their red-handed from time to time? This is just his edgy past catching up to him. And again, unless you're trying to appeal to a lefty community, right? Right, let's say, for example, okay, that there was a bunch of old logs that came out about me being racist. Calling people N-words, you know, pushing white supremacy stuff. At worst, if people thought that it was real, people would just think, oh, he's like a Nazi in disguise or something like that, right? But most of you would probably still watch me because you like me anyway. And you could put that to one side. Okay? But if it was like a joke, that would, you know, I could just say it as a joke and you guys would laugh about it and everyone would have a laugh about it. And only like the core lefties would go ballistic and that would be fine because they fucking hate me anyway, right? So it's like old logs like that are fine. You can manage that. You can deal with that. No trouble, right? And listen, guys, just to be explicitly clear to you, okay, there are absolutely 100% logs of me saying the N-word hard R in Discord messages. That does exist. That is a thing that exists. In fact, I'm gonna send someone that right now. I'm so edgy, guys. I'm so edgy. I'm so edgy, guys. Oh, can you believe how edgy I am? Play the Tom Zoo clip. Oh, God. Some of these old clips. Tom Zoo clip's good. The N-word. I'm going to say the N-word. Oh, so many classics. Now, come on, listen. I want to try and crack on. I don't want to be... I don't want to say that word. Ardly. Ardly. I don't want to be Ardly. Okay? Yeah, I'm edgy as fuck. That Vaush quote. Oh no. Oh my god. Hey, wait, here's proof. Guys, I can prove this to you what I'm saying as well. I can prove this to you with what I'm saying too. Okay? Right? Even up to recently, people have shared the clip of Vaush going off on trans people. And what's the response from people that aren't fucking soy lefties? What do people do? What do people say? Oh my god, Vaush is so based. What happened to this Vaush? He's so true about this. Da 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 da. Right? So that the clips like that, no problem. Most people are going to think you're fucking based and funny. It is literally, there's two things. There's two and a half things that I think you're going to struggle with. The half thing I'm talking about are fetishes. If you've got messages of you engaging and indulging in kind of odd or unusual fetishes, okay, that is going to come for you. The reason I say it's a half is because you can survive that. You just need to have a bit of self-deprecating humor, laugh about it, and move forward, okay? So you'll probably be able to survive if it's like, you know, oh, yeah, I like, you know. I like, what, I don't know. Fart porn. I like Brazilian fart porn, okay? I pay women. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it because you're going to clip me out of context like you always do, okay? So anyway, messages come out about fart porn. You'll probably be able to survive that, but it'll be very embarrassing, okay? The two things that if logs come out about you are going to fucking bury you. One is bestiality shit. Bestiality shit, that's, you know, probably the least worst in terms of getting fucking fucked over it. But bestiality shit is going to fucking hurt you, okay? And of course, number one, if logs come out of you doing pedo shit, it's GG. That's it, okay? So, you know, all these messages, like, this is why, even if you're into the beast shit, I mean, obviously, if you're into the pedo shit, you know, don't do that. Can you not be a pedo, please? Can you not diddle kids? Can you not think about diddling kids? Can you not message kids? Thank you. If you're into the bestiality shit, I mean, obviously, I don't think that's right, and I'd be against it. I think it should be illegal. But I think that, you know, fucking a dog is not as bad as fucking a child. Let's put it that way. Although, what about a puppy? How bad would that be in comparison, do you think? Is that kind of similar to the thing? Or I don't know. Anyway, in any case, those two things are going to be fucking devastating. Are going to be devastating to you. So you don't want to be having that shit leaking, so you don't want to be saying it, right? There's some stuff you just shouldn't say on the internet, right? No matter what the situation, do not keep some stuff to yourself. Keep some stuff to yourself, okay? They're both evil and weird as fuck. Yeah, but one is worse than the other, right? I think. We need to... Wait, Dogwarts. Where's Dan when you need him? Dogwarts. Dogwarts or child warts. Was that the thing that I said? Child warts. Anyway, the basic point I'm making is if this shit comes out, particularly after it's just been leaked that you're into horsecock, forget about it, okay? You're fucked. You're cooked. Sling your hook. Anyway. It goes on. You get the gist. Vaush wept. These are funny. If you're getting ragged on and it's funny. See, this, oh my God, oh dude, this is the problem. If you're getting moral condemnation and finger wagging, okay, obviously the pedo stuff and that, yeah, that's a bit trickier. You can't really get around that in any case. But getting finger wagged about stuff is obviously, you know, one thing. But if someone is just mocking you, that's even harder to get around. Getting comedically mocked Like roasting and stuff, yeah? Roasting, talking back to hecklers, stuff like that. You know, someone roasting you comedically is you're fucked. And stuff like this is just an utter PR disaster for Vaush because it's funny. This is funny shit. These are so good. Look at this. Oh man, these are fucking banging. These are fucking banging. Look, can you see? You got the little Vaush, the Vaush face there. Oh boy.
Right now, we've all jerked it to Lolly at some point or another.
Oh
we've
no.
all. Well, you don't have a penis. We have all we have at some point in our lives been going fucking crazy on some hentai site, and we've been fucking stroking as hard and fast as we can, and then after we nut, we go back, look over our history chat, and we go like, oh jeez, oh boy, some of these girls looked pretty young. Okay.
Yeah, who is this we you're speaking of, Vaush? Because well, I'm not into the anime stuff. But people that are into anime stuff, I don't think that's necessarily common that they're jerking it to lolly stuff without realizing, right? Like, I hate this narrative that's perpetuated that people are like definitively going to be interested sexually in lolly shit, because I think that people are going to find, you know, normal people that aren't into it are going to find it quite repulsive, I think. And are going to look at it and be disgusted by it because it's portraying something, you know, like which does elicit disgust. You know, unless you are pedo adjacent or a pedophile, I don't think that you can look at a, you know, like obviously if it's a cartoon but it's an adult, it's got like adult characteristics. That's a different matter, and some people can be into that. But if you are not a pedo and you look at a depiction of a child, it's like it would be like looking at a picture of a dog, someone eating shit, or you know, it's that kind of repulsion. Because of course, you know, I think we do grow up and we develop a sense of that's not what we want to be doing, right? So this narrative that people are just accidentally jerking it to lolly, all it does is give cover to people who want to jerk it to lolly and then can kind of rationalize it as, oh, well, it was just an accident. I'm not really into it, you know? Yeah, exactly. Like you see a child playing and normal people will think like neutral or, oh, that's what a sweet child playing in a park or something like that, right? But it takes, and this is why I say that although I don't necessarily think that someone that looks at lolly is a pedo definitively, I think that there's something going on there that you need to get looked at, because how on earth can you look at a childish depiction, a sexualized child, a depiction of a child, and get aroused? Like, that doesn't seem right to me. That don't seem fucking right to me. So this idea that you're just accidentally jerking it to lolly is completely delusional. And now it turns out that he's fucking saving it on his computer. God, what a disaster, man. Yes, I know. Yes. It is obviously, you know, disgusting. I like I got it flashbang to me on the Archcast yesterday, but I think that, you know, it's one of those situations where obviously when it comes to like, I think that because of the nature of it, when you look at, you know, it is important if you want to meaningfully comment on it. I think that if you want to criticize it, it's not so much of a big deal to look at it, as long as you've got some insight or some knowledge or some investigation into it. But I think if you want to defend it, I do think it's important that you look at it to know what you're defending. And the idea that you would defend it without looking at it is fucking absurd, right? Because how on earth can you possibly know? I'm not saying you have to look at it uncensored, but at the very least, you have to look at like the image of the face of the person and whatnot to see what's going on, because it's like, this is what you're defending. you were defending this. Look at it. Look at it and say that this is okay, right? Yeah, I've heard Tipster said that, which we'll get to. Watch some of his stream. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, oh, it is. There's one, and the thing is there's some that the characters look more adult, and there's some that they look younger, and some it's hard to tell. Oh god, it's fucking ugh. But yeah, this is, you know, dude. If H3 want to dig in and bring up more clips like this, not good. Tips to content, how long till Nick shows up?
Believe him.
Yeah.
I don't believe that that's what he meant even.
Yeah. The argument is just like so flimsy because he then has to say that not the act of making the child porn is immoral, but like you have to at a certain point say that simply child porn, if there isn't a victim, is moral. Like
no, you don't have to say that because that's not what he's saying at all. These people are fucking brain dead. Like I listen to this and I just hate people. I hate people like this.
I fucking hate everyone.
I legitimately.
Oh my god, dude, the soundboard, man. Listen, Tipster, okay? Little tip from one professional content creator to another, okay? Maybe when you're doing the defense of the lolly, horse, cock, porn, pedo, switch the soundboard off just for a day. Switch the soundboard off just for one day, okay?
Legitimately hate all these bad faith fucking losers on the internet that literally just make these stupid fucking arguments like for internet asspats. That's literally what this is. They're gonna take like these stupid fucking out of context clips and make the obvious response to what these clips suggest just so they can get internet asspats and Twitter likes and fucking views on YouTube and shit like that. That's literally what this is. Let me take a jab at someone that I dislike on the internet and make statements about them that aren't fucking true.
But no, what she's saying, the point that she's making, which is kind of elaborating on the discussion, is that if you're premising the idea that child pornography is bad because it's harming a child and saying then therefore you should care about cobalt mining, right? The point there is if you could produce child pornography without a child getting harmed, you know, would you be able to make an argument then that that would be acceptable? So she's just highlighting that one of the issues of the argument is it leaves the door open for people to walk through and make arguments for, you know, if a child doesn't get hurt, is it okay? And for me personally, as I've said repeatedly, well, no, because I think it doesn't take into account the harm that's done to yourself by consuming it. And it creates, and I believe, I mean, obviously, I think the information on this is mixed exactly, but I think it creates a possible risk for kids if you're indulging in that and pushing that kind of side of you. What could that lead to, you know? And I just think out of an abundance of caution, just don't fucking do it. And if you do feel like doing it, go and seek professional help rather than putting up your horse cock lolly folder. Because yeah, I just, you know, there's something about sexual pleasure that unlocks something in us, I think, right? In that, you know, when you're in a state of like horniness or something, that leads you to potentially indulge in things or feel certain ways about things or even do stuff that you might not normally do, right? Think about this. Who's been at a bar before and you felt like a bit of it and you take home some absolute rotter that you never normally would get with, right? You lower your inhibitions and indulge or engage in a behavior, particularly if alcohol's involved, that you might not normally engage in, right? Yeah? Okay? You're at home on a Friday night. You got the old lolly horse cock folder open. Had a couple of beers, right? This isn't really doing it for me today. I wonder what else I might be. Do you know what I mean? It's just you're leaving yourself open to potential to look at stuff which is going to be a very dark path that you're going to be fucking going down. So I just think abundance of caution. Don't look at it. If you want to look at it, then stop yourself. Go and seek help. Go and seek professional assistance. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it, right? You mean rape someone who's intoxicated or getting raped? I'm not talking about rape, no. I'm saying that if your inhibitions are lowered, you might choose to engage in behavior that you may not normally engage in. And I think when you're indulging in images of cartoon children, the steps that you take from that are all very bad. What good step could you take from that of lowered inhibitions, horny, looking at cartoon images of kids? There's no good places that are going to go. You can't go to good places from there. The worst at a bar is you end up taking some fucking, slut home. Maybe, I mean, rape, sure, but that's excessive. That's excessive.
True, just so I can make a quick buck on the internet. As somebody who is friends with an artist who draws goblin porn, the funny thing is I knew exactly what Vaush was talking.
Chud, you're making the argument that people who consume lolly might then become actual pedos. Well, yeah. At the very least, I mean, some people would say that they're definitively pedos already. I think it's dependent on the context of, what it is they're looking at and the other aspects. But you're at the very least on the pathway, yeah. Of course. If you're looking at sexualized images of kids that are cartoons, you are on the fucking pathway to full-blown pedophilia, in my opinion, yes.
True, just so I can make a quick buck on the internet. As somebody who is friends with an artist who draws goblin porn, the funny thing is I knew exactly what Vaush was talking about because his descriptor for goblin porn is exactly the way she draws her art. Shout out to Rump and Dump.
Fucking simp.
I don't know if you realize how optically bad what you just said looks. This looks fucking terrible.
Dude, come on now. Are you serious? God, Tipster's fucking retarded.
Okay,
man.
that's wonderful.
What an absolute
how do I
fucking
make
idiot this guy
money
is. What
off
is he
depressed
thinking?
people?
Thank you very much for the 199. You don't have to, and the thing is as well, you don't even have to go this hard to defend him if you want to defend him. Why is he going so hard? Like he's going full fucking throat into it. Just say it's fucked up, but you think that some of it is overblown if you want, and fucking try and defend it that way maybe. But this idea that you're going to full-throatedly defend it is crazy. That's the same artist that liked the sus drawing last year. Oh no. Nicholas Diorio, come on. We're getting a bit of tipster memes in. Where the fuck are you? Useless fuck. By the way, I watched some of Nicholas Diorio's Ultimate Rape review on this yesterday, and it was very good. I would recommend. I would definitely recommend. I was having a little listen when I was cleaning the house earlier and had a window open to let some air in. And it just started blasting out. Horsecock, pedo, lolly. It's probably what you fucking get watching me sometimes. Blasting out. My fucking landlord's due to come round. Pedo, lolly, horsecock, blasting out the window. I was like, fuck, fucking turn it down. What the fuck, bro? Nicholas shouting, hollering about the horsecock, lolly, pedo folder. Very weird that these people with no kids are mad at Ethan, a parent, for his emotions, disgusting concerns of those materials. Yeah. Oh, Vaush is a sexist too. That's the good bit about him. Anyway.
Believe him.
Yeah.
I don't right now.
There we go. Let's get into this, okay? So full disclosure, okay? Nicholas Diorio sent me this clip. And yes, it's a clip of Tipster. Although, to be fair, I did ask him. I said, you know, any good clips of Tipster? What's this? It wasn't out of nowhere.
Anyway, you and Flamenco should go bowling. Flamenco is a fucking pedo. Don't leave those kids alone.
Horrifically fucking disgusting.
What? How on
Anyway,
earth? How on earth can he fucking have a go at Flamenco over this? What the fuck? That's crazy. Isn't it like a similar thing? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. So he's defending Vaush, and whilst defending Vaush, he's calling Flamenco a pedo. That's fucking crazy,
Okay, that's
bro.
wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
That's
Are these
mental.
people's defense of Goblin mode at all any real surprise?
Who's raided? I can't
Testing
see.
bits, lol.
Hey, Speakeasy, thank you. Hey, I'll play your videos you've raided me that you sent me. Hope you're well. Oh no, all the commentary guys are getting the fucking licks in. Uh-oh, what's this?
and it's really fucking annoying. Anyway, so like I said, a lot of people they started digging into these images. They allegedly found that some of these images, like one or two of these images, might be lolly, and so they went on the Vaush is a pedophile thing. Insane to me, and it's really fucking annoying. Anyway, so like I said, a lot of people they started digging into these images. They allegedly found that some of these images, like one or two of these images, might be lolly, and so they went on the Vaush is a pedophile thing. Insane to me, and it's
Oh boy. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Sweep, Tippy. Sweep away. Oh my god! Nicholas is in chat. Of course. Of course.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you for the super chat. Yes, I do. I mean, listen, I did get it before. I guess that, you know... I just think it's cringe when you're constantly shitting on someone, even when good stuff is happening to them. And I think in this particular case, it's funnier to think that Tipster hit it big with the H3 appearance, only for months later to get into a beef with Ethan Klein over defending Vaush over his lolicon horsecock file. Okay? That to me is a funnier narrative that he peaked. I mean, that's him peaking. That is him peaking, isn't it? You don't get much fucking bigger at this level than going on the fucking H3 award show as a little clip, right? But yeah, this is the image of one of the apparent characters in the thing. But yeah, this Tipster stream's crazy. There's loads of clips. But I just wanted to get, I think, you know, I just wanted to get like some of the top clips. Oh no. Dude, he is getting fucking annihilated.
vibing, ready to talk about today's topic with you guys. It's a very contentious topic, to say the least. And I think the thing that I hate the most about this topic is it's almost one year to the day that I had a fight with the YouTube commentary people revolving around a similar topic. Oh, shit. Oh, and I hate this particular topic because
No. The soundboard.
it just brings out like the biggest amount of brain rot amongst everybody.
By the way, guys, this is actually bad. Do you know why? Okay.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Because
but how do I make money?
Thank you for the super chat.
People?
I prepare for corporate structure finance exam with Chud. Chud is fair.
Thank you very much. The problem that you've got now is Nicholas is going to be talking about Tipster for at least another year constantly, unfortunately. So if you think it's bad just because of what's going on here, you got to wait for the fucking Nicholas gloat sesh that you're going to have for the next fucking year. You thought his fucking AI memes were bad. It's going to get even worse. Holy shit. Imagine the Tipster AI voice memes of him saying the shit that Vaush was saying on his stream. Anyway.
Topic. And I hate this particular topic because it just brings out like the biggest amount of brain rot amongst everybody on the internet. Like nobody could actually think about situations in terms of nuance or anything like that. They lose their fucking minds and they
I'm so like what? Yeah, we can have a measured take on it, right? And you know, I get that there's an extremity that maybe you want to talk against, but what nuance is there exactly? Vaush had lolly horsecock porn on his computer. What nuanced perspective do you want to have on that exactly? This is what I mean about these defenders. I don't know what I put in the title in the end, but it's this like cope spiral that they're on. It's totally out of control. What is their fucking problem?
can't have a rational thought when it comes to this stuff. So it's really annoying to have a conversation revolving around this subject.
I tell you what, Nicholas looked like the fucking happy merchant yesterday when he saw the tipster was streaming about this, I can assure you. Oh no. Keemstar's getting his licks in.
And I know there's a lot of people who are going to disagree with my position on this. That's fine. Not everybody has to agree with me. If I legitimately thought that Vaush was advocating for things that would potentially bring harm to children, I would not be defending him here. I would not be defending him if I thought he actually believed in, you know, arguments in favor of child pornography. I would not be defending him if I actually believed he was in favor of sexual relationships.
Right, wait a second.
And I know there's a lot of people who are going to disagree with my position on this. That's fine. Not everybody has to agree with me. If I legitimately thought that Vaush was advocating for things that would potentially bring harm to children, I would not be defending him here. I would not be defending him if I thought he actually believed in, you know, arguments in favor of child pornography. I would not be defending him if I actually believed he was in favor of sexual relationships between adults and minors. I would not be defending him for any of these things if this were true. I would be disavowing him. But the thing is, it's not true. And that's why I'm going to bat for him. And
The thing is, though, it's not just about what someone advocates for. It's about their personal behavior. Why is it that it has to be what he advocates for that's important? Or what your perception of his risks to children is? Like, it's not really about that, is it? It's about the fact that he's got these weird arguments and he's made comments about Lolly before. It's about the fact that he's, you know, been hypocritical about it. And now we've got this leak where he's got the fucking Lolly stuff and the horsecock stuff on there. God, this is fucking tragic. Absolutely fucking tragic. Anyway, Keemstar, Keemstar fired back. And listen, look, I got to be honest with you, right? Who's got Nicholas? DM it to me. I know you've got it. Can you DM me the shit where Tipster's calling Keemstar a nonce or alluding to the idea that he's a pedo?
I'm furious. This is absolutely fucking disgusting. I am so fucking mad right now, and I want something to be done. As you all know, I've been covering the political streamer Vaush, who recently got caught with cartoon CP on his hard drive. He was streaming, opened up a folder, and sure enough, cartoon CP right there. Busted. Caught in 4K. Case closed. I'm so fucking angry I can't speak. And the streamer Keffels and the streamer Tipster defended him. They defended him. And that's so mind-boggling. Like, are all these people fucking criminals or what? Like, how do you defend that? You can't defend that. But it goes even farther. In this moment of Vaush getting canceled, Vaush getting exposed for having cartoon CP on his hard drive, Tipster decide it would be a good idea to not only go on live stream right now and defend Vaush, but also go back and defend everything that Vaush has said in his past. And trust me, he said a lot. At one point, he said, I haven't even heard a good argument why the possession of CP should be illegal. That's one of the statements that Vaush said. And he said many others. I want something done. Like, I want Tipster in jail. I want Tipster in jail. What the, how is this?
Oh
this
my
is not
God.
defendable. Bro, This is so fucking frustrating. How are these people still online? They should be wiped off the fucking internet if you care about children's safety online. The shit that they're doing, the shit that they're fucking saying, them spinning around and creating false narratives to defend this shit is so fucking damaging and dangerous to our fucking internet. Like, I cannot fucking believe that they're not just like permanently banned on everything. Every fucking platform comes out saying that they're all for child safety, but these people fucking exist. And it's not a little story where only a few people know about it. It's a story that millions know about. How are they even here still? I want fucking Tipster's hard drive searched by the fucking FBI tomorrow. Fuck tomorrow, now!
Right, here we go.
Ethan Klein has completely lost it. So yesterday, Ethan Klein pretty much ran a hit piece on Vaush. Recently, on stream, Vaush...
Ethan Klein has lost it. Wait, what? Ethan Klein has lost it because he found out that Vaush had lolicon horsecock on his computer and fucking roasted him for it, and then looked at a bunch of old clips and shit on him for crazy shit he said. And Ethan Klein's the crazy one. There's no way, man. There's no way. Are you serious? Come on now. Be serious, please. Can we please be serious for a second? Watch this, but mute your stream. Or I can mute the Discord. Here we go. Right. I'm going to play a clip and I'll tell you what it says. Okay. It's this jailing person. And it looks like they've got the trans image, the trans profile picture. So this must be what, in the last couple of years, I guess? Because I don't know exactly, but that's fairly recent, isn't it? You can't have heard it. I've muted the Discord. Asman's editor knew something was coming 11 days ago before the folder dropped.
This Vaush text Asman.
Oh, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh shit. Oh my god. I saw this happening, but I think because I was so wrapped up in the Mama Mac stuff, it passed me by. We've got to check that out. That's fucking dynamite. Right, anyway, let's get into this.
Vaush would leak his corn folder, and within this folder there was a couple images that looked a bit sus. They looked like they could have been lolicon.
You can see this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
Which you don't know what that
it is censored, but okay.
That is, it's basically like animated drawn images of children. I'll be having a full stream segment coming out about that.
Wait, that's not what lolicon is. They showed the image, I guess, but like, this is like immediate sweeping.
Structure that I'm referring to.
Which you don't know what that is. It's basically like animated drawn images of children. I'll be having a full stream segment.
Animated? No, it is sexualized or erotic images
Okay,
of
that's
children.
wonderful. But how do I make money
hentai anime
off
style?
depressed people?
It's so sad to see Ghost Politics' biggest fan become this. Vaush owes Ghost an apology. Hashtag free Pablo, hashtag draft dodger right, hashtag shock troopers.
Thank you for the super chat, appreciate it.
Segment coming out about that soon. But from the looks of it, it seems most likely that Vaush accidentally downloaded that image and had no idea.
Sweep, sweep, sweep! Sweep for Daddy Vaush! Yeah, most likely it's an accident. Are you serious? That is not the most likely explanation at all. And of course it's not. That is, no. How on earth is it the most likely explanation? That's complete cope.
That it was likely that Vaush accidentally downloaded that image and had no idea that it was lolicon. There was only one image within that folder that looked like.
It was in a folder to be sorted. Is this really the fucking... Is this really the narrative that the defenders are going with? Oh, it's most likely accidentally that he downloaded it. Vaush defenders are not sending their best. Let's put it that way. Holy fuck. These people are totally sick, yeah. Folder to be sorted can mean you never saw it. Raheem, I know that you're a fucking despicable Vaush fan, okay? But I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, the cope is off the charts. That Vaush fan had it right in the Reddit earlier. You cannot, like, you've just got to take the L on this, okay? And it's a pretty big fucking L. The best that you've got is saying it's an accident, right? Which is less plausible than the other alternative, which is that he saw it, he liked it, he downloaded it. And the line that Vaush is going with is that when he looked at it, he didn't see it as lolicon. He thought it was a short stack goblin style image. I mean, there's a reason that people are hanging on the horse stuff and being willing to hitch their wagon, excuse the pun, to defend that part of it, and they're either downplaying or you know, ignoring the lolicon aspect of it. But at least, to be fair, to Jalen's credit, they are addressing it, but then they're saying that the idea they accidentally downloaded it is the most probable explanation, which is obviously just ridiculous.
It could have been lolicon. Every other image, all the anime girls in there, they all look to be of age, and it can be hard to tell.
Also, I don't think that's true either. I don't think it's true that all of the other women look to be of age. I'm pretty sure that there were other images that at the very least were questionable. I would... Horsecock has 0 wrong in it. Raheem in chat says that Horsecock has got 0 wrong with it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you sick in the head? There's nothing wrong with Horsecock. Okay. Interesting. Interesting opinion. Thank you for sharing it.
Depending on the art style and the way certain artists draw these characters. And what was regarded as a kind of funny moment by most of Vaush's community when they saw that folder has spiraled into something that it really isn't, with people like Keemstar claiming that Vaush is a basically.
Influencer Vaush labeled pedo. I don't know if it's the estrogen that affects your sight. And listen, I will say that I'm pretty sure that Keemstar would say that, okay?
That's wonderful. But how do I make money?
But this tweet doesn't actually say what they're saying it does. Influencer Vaush labeled pedo, which is exactly what happened. After he accidentally opens Cartoon CP while streaming, this is gross.
And Ethan Klein did this hit piece stream where he basically brought up a bunch of old Vaush clips out of context.
Apparently, he has a colorful...
Oh, it's a hit piece. They brought up all the out of context clips. No, I think these clips are very contextually relevant now, actually.
history of saying really bizarre, creepy, weird shit.
The argument that I was making, and I've made this argument a bunch of times, and
Okay, what is wrong with what Ethan Klein has said there? Vaush has got a history of saying weird, creepy, bizarre shit. That is a perfectly reasonable explanation of what he's been saying in these clips. Yes, CJ Brown, exactly. Well, no, I don't know what they're... I think they do realise it and they're coping, but yeah, of course. Like, these clips, without the revelation, are bad, but you could explain them and explain what he was trying to say and so on and so forth. Okay? Right? But now it's been revealed that he elicits sexual arousal from images of Lolly. It changes the context to, okay, so you were claiming you were making these arguments as pedo sophistry, essentially, right? I'm trying to be smart and come up with very controversial ways of arguing my point. But now it's like, but you get off on a cartoon image of a child. So what's that about? You know, it maybe means we need to review these again and have another think about it, perhaps. That's the key context here. And this is why all these claims that these are like out of context clips are ridiculous, because first of all, it's pointing out that he has at numerous points made these weird comments about this. But on top of that as well, H3 went out of their way to actually look at the context behind these clips and give more thorough analysis on what was being said. And they still were critical of it, right? And I think that you can see in their coverage when they looked at the clips.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you for the super chat. They were willing to like take into account the argument that was trying to be made, but they were still critical of aspects of it because of how insane it all sounded. So these people are coping. The idea it's a hit piece, the idea that it's out of context is wrong. They're totally wrong on that. And again, it is, yeah, I've said this as well before. Vaush is the concluder. Vaush is the concluder. And his community is full of retarded, disgusting, fucking woke-skulled freaks who will denounce people on a fucking dime for being racist or something like that. Just desserts, yes. Vaush is getting a little bit back of what he's put out there. Well, a lot back, I would say, in fact. But yes, this is what happens. This is the reality of it. And putting that to one side, it's just on the face of it, disgusting to have these images in your possession. And anyone that isn't in your insular, porn-sick freak community is going to see it that way.
I've addressed this poorly made argument a bunch of times here. Why is the possession of child immoral? People are inconsistent in their moral outrage at commodities which hurt people when they're produced. So people will laugh off cocoa butter or chocolate or or cobalt or other products that we tend to get through a really, really unethical system. But then they're really
also the other. There's so many things that are wrong with this argument. Okay, who has seen a charity campaign where it's like something to do with Africa or kids that are getting, overworked or slave labor or something like that? What do those adverts do? They show you the reality of that. They go, oh, Zabibi here is getting put into work in the cobalt mines or whatever, right? The point is, it shows you what that looks like, because it's not easy for us to rationalize or see what that is in our heads because we're not familiar with it or used to it, right? Whereas if you say to someone, a kid is getting molested to film a video so a sick pedo can jerk off to it, that's very easy to understand on its face. We get that. We can grasp that, right? But when it's to do with, a more abstract concept of slavery or labor abuse or exploitation in a supply chain, it's very difficult to understand that. So that's why you've got to show them a video. So this idea that people are laughing off cocoa butter or laughing off chocolate just isn't true. It's that people don't necessarily understand or think about that on a regular basis. But if you showed someone that, more than likely they go, that's terrible. That's the premise of these charity things, is to try and show you the stuff that you don't see or don't understand because it's so far removed from you.
really quick to deny.
Well, we do have a special place in our heart for child.
He's seriously trying to make a
legitimate. You eat chocolate. You eat chocolate, but you don't. But you dare to care about child, and you eat chocolate. It's not worth putting your neck out for that one, brother. Let's keep that one locked up in the chamber. We don't need to give pedos any green lights.
Now, these clips have circulated the internet for many years, and personally, when I was outside of Vaush's community, when I had saw those videos, I had a pretty negative opinion of Vaush because, wow, I mean, here this guy is defending CP. Who does that? However, I've learned that these clips have all been taken out of context. These were from debates where Vaush was basically trying to debate that child labor is bad.
A lot of the stuff in these clips actually does sound really bad. I'm not going to pretend otherwise, because it does, right? So the question is, what can I do?
Right. So it sounds bad on the face of it with these clips. It sounds bad. How much worse would it sound if it came out that you were jerking off to cartoon images of kids? It's right there in front of you. Jalen, you fucking idiot. It's right there in front of you for the taking. It sounds bad. It's now been revealed he's got images of cartoon naked, sexualized kiddies on his computer. So what does that mean? Very simple and obvious what is happening in this situation.
Deal with that. And the only thing I can really do is go, like, okay, well, here's the explanation. You can choose to believe it or not. But right after I started streaming, okay, I came up with a hot take, all right? I came from Destiny's community. I love hot takes. I'm all about hot takes. Which is that, guys, did you know that child slavery is bad? So an argument that I had made is that if you buy, say, fast fashion, which I'm currently wearing, by the way, you are participating in the an economic incentive. You are bolstering the economy, the supply line, which involves the abuse of children. And my argument was that in a lot of ways, that's not very different from buying child pornography. Because in both cases, you are paying money into a system where, as a product of...
When he even explains it, it just sounds absurd. I'm repeating myself here. Maybe this will be a different segment, so who knows, okay? But there's a big difference when the center point and the interest in it is the abuse of the child versus the abuse or the exploitation is, number one, not as severe as, you know, the molestation, etc., right? But also it's a byproduct that then produces something that is of value, right? So in order to get on board with this argument, you need to think that byproduct exploitation of the supply chain is the same as the exploitation that occurs in the CP. But on top of that, you'd also need to agree that there is equal exploitation or equal harm happening between the production of the CP and the labor in the supply chain, which is obviously just an absurd concept. Like, obviously, getting graped in that format, you know, that setting as a child is very, like, you know, I don't, you know, I've not got a study, I haven't got a study to back this up, but I would say that it's very, very fucking likely that that's going to be way more, you know, destructive to you than the exploitation you may suffer in a supply chain scenario, right? As a child working somewhere in the supply chain. Oh my God. Jesus. Crazy argument. And you know, people still kind of back it up now. People are saying it now, the same thing.
Whatever, you know, product you've received, children get hurt.
Now, I'll admit, because I'm not really a debate bro, I found his debate tactics to be pretty cringe, and I don't like the way that he debated in the way he did. But to frame it as if he's some kind of predator is just blatantly dishonest, and that's why Vaush has as big of a platform as he does. Because if he had genuinely defended that stuff, no one would support him, obviously.
He's got a big audience. So how can he possibly? And again, we're missing out the fact that it's this leak that adds this new context that recontextualizes some of those comments for people where they're looking at it and going, well, hang on a minute. You're making these arguments. I thought it was just a debate about exploitation. But now it turns out that you've been putting your hand into the horsecock lolicon cookie jar. So that does change our analysis, and it can potentially change how we view those clips, you know, looking back on them with this fresh context.
And so because of that hit piece stream, because Ethan Klein is basically playing into the hands of the far right and people who want to take down Vaush.
If you criticize Vaush for jerking it to lolly horsecock board, you're just playing into the hands of the far right guys. Oh my God, this is crazy. You are just playing into the hands of the far right. But what's wrong with helping the far right? Wow. You've got to think that obviously this person is approaching it from the perspective of on the left, right? So you do not want to do anything to help the far right. But I've got to be honest with you. If criticizing if criticizing horse cock lolly porn makes you, or you know, criticizing Vaush for having horse cock lolly porn on his computer makes you far right, then call me Adolf Hitler, okay? Because that is insane to think that offering a criticism of Vaush for this is enabling the far right. It's the classic move where it's like, oh, your actions are helping the bad guys. They're not making an argument as to why you're wrong in your analysis, right? Hey, Chud, going to buy the tipster cards after a stream on Vaush yet? Maybe. I'll think about it. Yeah, we looked at some of the clips of that. That was insane. This is just a silly kid, Chud. No, it's not. This person used to have, I still think they've got like what, a 300 odd K sub YouTube channel. They used to be a commentary YouTuber. I don't know all the lore with them and what happened, but yeah. As far as I'm concerned, this is totally fair game to go into. They're a big YouTuber, and these are the takes that they're coming with. I mean, to be honest with you, this is probably the biggest person that is actually defending Vaush. Right? Can anyone find me someone with a sub count higher than 300 odd K that is defending Vaush? I don't think such a person exists, because barely anyone is defending Vaush.
The largest leftist content creator on the internet, Hassan, doesn't count. Ethan Klein has been facing some criticism from people like Keffels and Tipster. Genuinely disappointed to see what H3H3 did to Vaush earlier tonight. You'd think after everything Hassan's community, as well as others in the...
Is Hassan defending Vaush? No, Hassan is not defending Vaush.
past have done to misrepresent Ethan, he wouldn't be so quick to do the same to others. Yet here we are. He even used the same out-of-context clips alt-writers have used to defame Vaush time and time again. Whatever this was intended to be, there is one thing for sure, this was not the move, and it was an extremely bad faith misrepresentation of Vaush. Now, what makes this whole situation suck even more is Vaush seemed to be a pretty big fan of Ethan, doing multiple streams, praising him.
Oh my god. This person has literally found the worst arguments about this. So why is it that just because Vaush... Like, how far do you take this logic? How far do you take this fucking logic, right? Oh, I've defended you in the past, and now you found out that I've done insert terrible thing here. Why aren't you defending me? Like, you know... Ethan Klein doesn't owe Vaush anything. They had, like, maybe like a sort of amicable relationship before. But that doesn't mean that he's entitled to defense and entitled to not be covered. Especially when, you know, I know that it was jokey and it was gratuitous and they went into a lot of detail and stuff, but the Ethan Klein coverage was pretty fair. These people, you know, they want to frame the Ethan Klein coverage as totally unreasonable and totally unfair, but that's just not true. It was, you know, we're going to watch these clips. If there's more context, we'll look at more context. And that's what they did. And they went through it and they said, okay, well, here's the extended clip. I've got an issue with this still. I've got an issue with that still, right? So, yeah, I just think that this is complete and utter cope, this idea that they acted unreasonably or unfairly in any of this.
Praising his debates, and they seem to be on pretty good terms. So this stream that Ethan did came out of left field. Now, some people have been defending this by saying, well, you know, it's a comedy podcast. It's funny. You know, Vaush's corn folder leak. Of course, people are going to make fun of that. And yeah, I agree with that. It is funny, but there is a difference between just laughing at it and making jokes and then creating this whole narrative that Vaush is some sort of predator. That's not funny. That's slang.
By the way, first of all, I don't think that the narrative was that Vaush is a predator. Did this person even watch the fucking H3 podcast? I don't recall a moment when it was acting like Vaush is a predator, right? The whole point they were saying, like, it's so funny to me how if you watch it, it's so obvious what they're saying, right? They are saying he's got caught with this fucked up lolly horsecock porn on his computer. They then play the Tacoma Wept clip, which on the face of it looks like they're just mocking him for the Tacoma Wept, and that becomes a joke. But what they're showing you is Vaush's kind of ego and hubris in saying that, you know, he is like, one of his talents alongside having sex is being like a good rhetorician, essentially, right? And then the clips that they're showing, they're criticizing the stuff he's saying, even looking for more context, but they're saying, hey, this is the guy that claims he's a good rhetorician, and here's him saying crazy stuff that goes against that. And also, what do we think of these clips now that we've got the context that he's got this lolly on his computer? God, these people are so like despicable in the way that they're trying to sweep so hard for Vaush. It's crazy.
slander. And well, it looks like Ethan Klein wasn't very happy about this criticism. I see Ethan was a big fan of my criticism, lol. And he says, cheers, my horse. Love ya. No pedo. This is basically a reference to a soundbite that H3 uses of Tipster.
Cheers, my dude. Love ya. No homo.
And he's basically just blasting Tipster to his millions of Instagram followers. Keffels would follow that up by saying, I'm disappointed in H3H3. You had me on your show and called me a hero for fighting against a far-right stalking
Oh my god. The sweepers are sweeping for the sweepers. The sweepers are sweeping for the sweepers who are sweeping for the sweepers.
That made multiple people kill themselves. Now you're using out of context clips sourced from the same website to attack people. Do better, Ethan. I really like you. You're a good person, but the way you're treating Vaush is fucked up and beneath you. And Ethan wasn't very happy about that either. Yes, H3 Productions, you're losing your mind. You're being extremely bad faith, and now everyone is calling you out for it. After all the—
Wait a second. This is so... I didn't even think of this part of it when I looked at this originally, right? You're being extremely bad faith, and now everyone is calling you out for it. No, that's not true. You're the minority. Everyone else agrees with H3 and is like, yeah, this is nuts. Who the fuck is out here saying that H3 is being bad faith? That is like the absolute minority of degen freaks that think this is somewhat acceptable, if not fully acceptable. God, these people are so delusional.
The genuinely good takes you've had over the past year, we expected better from you. And he says, who the fuck are these people writing, pun intended, for pornographic drawings of a horse fucking a child? Am I losing my mind? So he's basically like pedo jacketing Keffels and Tipster, and that is just a
they're pedo jacketing them. They're pedo jacketing. God, I fucking hate that term so much, man.
mind. So he's...
Who the fuck are these people riding? Like, but this is what they're doing. This is literally what they're doing. This is 100% what they're doing. Yes, correct. If you are defending Vaush, right? You are defending, and yes, he's got his excuse that he thought it was goblin stacked women. You are defending Vaush having on his computer images of lolicon horsecock pornography. That is exactly what you're doing. How is that pedo jacketing exactly? The dishonesty here is absolutely insane from this person. It's literally no surprise that they're a total and utter failure, is it? Let's be honest here. No surprise whatsoever. Is this the kind of takes they cook up? I mean, what the fuck, man? What else are they saying on their channel?
So there.
Yes. Very. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. And I do not want to be in big trouble. Okay, yeah. So it's just... Wait, what is this? Chris Chan found love. Is this a serious video? Are they what is this? What is this? Exactly. I'm not going to watch it. Okay. Yeah, I think we all know. I think we all can see what's going on here, can't we?
For pornographic drawings of a horse fucking a child. Am I losing my mind? So he's basically like pedo jacketing Keffels and Tipster, and that is just a completely bad faith representation of what actually happened. Do you think he's handling the pushback well?
That is a bad faith representation of what happened. No, it's not.
Stash on his streaming PC, LOL.
Thank you very much for the 420. I mean, yeah, that, like, look, I laugh at this and I find it funny, but I do think there's, you know, some condemnation to be made here for starters. And I totally understand that people, you know, want to go, are going crazy over this. It's such a crazy thing. But it is funny that he, for some reason, like, what? It would be bad enough if it was just normal porn. Bad enough if it's just normal porn. Let alone lolly horsecock porn. What on earth, bro? That is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't even have normal porn on this computer just to be on the fucking safe side. What the fuck, dude? What is wrong with your brain?
Well, later, H3. It was a fun few years. Not like Ethan has a mountain of apologies for offensive statements. Found the lollipop. The
offensive statements. Offensive statements. It's not just offensive statements. He's got horsecock lollipop on his computer. It's not just statements, is it? He's consuming it. This is what they do. This is part of it, is you ignore aspects to focus on, oh, well, you're taking these clips out of context.
Years, not like Ethan has a mountain of
God,
apologies.
I really want to fucking debate one of these people on this. Because it's insane. They need to be fucking pressed on the key points. What about this? What about this? What about this? And fucking answer to that. This sweeping is out of control.
Statements. Found the lollipop. The argument is not many commodities are obtained badly, therefore you should be okay with CP. It's we should not be okay with obtaining everything else in a harmful way. I think justifying the product has a good to society for the other commodities is pretty weird and cruel. Just agree that obtaining things in a harmful way should not be done at all. If that means you can still obtain cobalt, but there is no way to produce CP at all, great. Nobody disagrees. No CP and ethical cobalt. That's the world we want. Our clear position is that they don't belong in the same category. I am right and you're wrong. Good day, sir. Yeah, and that is the point of a debate. And you can disagree with the debate. You can think it's wrong, but you can't go around blatantly misrepresenting Vaush's point. Hey, H3, you didn't address anything I said. I'm not pro lolicon, and if
this is what it looks like. This is the Giga Sweep in action. I mean, Notice how the lolly stuff gets left at the start, right? Okay. The lolly stuff gets left at the start. And it gets forgotten about. And then it's fucking onto focusing on taking the statements out of context.
If I thought Vaush was, I wouldn't defend him. Can you please have a discussion about this instead of putting me on blast to your 2 million Instagram followers, pedo jacketing me? This is gross. Ethan, I know you're gonna see this. Even if you won't respond, I defended you while you were having a meltdown over the stuff with Hassan. People gave me shit for it. All I'm asking is for you to show some charitability to those who showed it to you. I'm not your enemy. And then, of course, Hamas Piker got involved, and I'm guessing he's backing H3 in this, despite the fact that they had a falling out because his fans were basically harassing Ethan because
wait, okay, hang on a second, right? Does this person understand? You know, obviously I covered the fucking Hassan Ethan Klein thing extensively, right? Like these people think of it in terms of like, oh, well, this person sided with this person on this or sided with that person on that.
But how do I make
and these person disagreed on this.
He's organizing, he's
Thank you for the super chat.
My man has become a dedicated equestrian librarian and archivist of the depths of degeneracy.
But even then, I would have been surprised if Hassan had sided with Vaush on this, right? Like, first of all, I don't think that Hassan has got any weird stuff like that anyway. Right? I mean, he's out there fucking banging porn stars, probably. I don't fucking know. But beyond that, I do not think he wants to fucking be anywhere near the weird shit. So it's totally understandable that he's going to be completely oppositional to kind of what Vaush is talking about. You know, it's less about siding with H3 and more about, you know, talking about the degeneracy or something, you know?
You know, Hamas Piker has one of the most toxic, rabid fan bases on the internet. Very cool. He's now putting me on blast saying
yes!
that I want to...
Yes! Sure! Yeah, he has. True. But what's that got to do with anything? What has Hassan Piker's fan base got to do with fucking him calling a spade in this specific situation? You know, there's not much I'm going to agree with Hassan on. But, you know, in terms of being critical of of lolicon horsecock porn, yeah, sure. I'm happy to break bread on that.
To debate the ethics of child pornography.
Also, the other thing too is that, you know, Keffel's tried to fucking smear Hassan a little while ago. So as far as I'm concerned, is it a bit harsher, making it about CP? Sure. But yeah, Keffel's tried to take her shot, right? Going after his mods for being mean or whatever about stuff. Like, dude, yeah. Fucking tit for tat, yes. You hit someone, they hit you back twice as hard. Welcome to fucking, you know, the way the fucking world works on the internet.
A toxic drama mongering trash. I'm not even a debate streamer. Hassan did more debates than me last year. It wasn't even 2 months ago he was attempting to get Elon Musk on a stream to epically debate him. So yeah, of course, Hassan is just being blatantly dishonest like he always does. And I watched the stream. It was basically just him malding about Vaush and people like Destiny calling out his awful takes and his awful behavior. It shouldn't be acceptable for people who are supposedly leftist or progressive to pedo jacket trans people. We're already the target of that by the right, incredibly disappointed to see from people who should know better. And yeah, you know, there used to be standards on the internet, at least in the commentary community.
That fucking talking point again, man. The Nazis. Oh, but the Nazis are pedo jacking. What does that matter? What does that fucking matter about the Nazis? I just hate this talking point so much that, you know, the far right are doing something. Okay? If the far right think that lolly horse porn, and I mean, you know, from what I hear, some of them don't actually. But the ones that do, I agree with them. Yes, I agree with the far right. Yes, I do. I do agree with the far right. Of course.
Just adult lesbians eating carpet, or some down low brothers.
Wait, what was that? What was that super chat? Would you have been more surprised or just surprised if the images were just adult lesbians eating carpet or some down low brothers? What does down low brothers mean? What the fuck does that mean?
And you wouldn't go around calling someone a pedophile unless they had, like, I don't know, diddled kids or done something that was genuinely pedophilic, that had actual proof and backing behind it. Now, even if you...
I mean, Vaush swings both ways, doesn't he? So, yeah. And he's a size queen. So, down low brothers theory, sure.
You do believe that the image that Vaush had downloaded was the lolicon. That does not justify dogpiling other people. That doesn't make Tipster a pedo. That doesn't make Keffels a pedo either. I think that there is a very important lesson to...
Dogpiling? Tipster added H3 with a hot take. And H3 responded. Like, you wanted attention, you got it. What is the problem here? You are fucking going strong at a massive creator and they fucking take a swipe back at you. Yeah, welcome to the internet. Like, it's so crazy to me that you at someone in a tweet and then the person you're atting responds and then this person will come along and go, talk about dogpiling. Like, if you want to say to people, you know, don't go and fucking go on their behalf or something like that, maybe, but H3's got a right to respond.
Okay,
you're criticizing H3 publicly for something they've done publicly. They've got a right to respond to you publicly. Thank you for the $2 super chat.
To be learned in this situation. And that's, maybe don't put your porn on your work computer. Maybe you should use your phone, Vaush, like everyone else. Knowing Vaush, I don't think he intentionally downloaded lolicon. I think most likely he was scrolling his Twitter feed and was clicking images and downloading them and wasn't really paying attention to what they were. There's people go...
By the way, God... Not only is this video disgusting sweeping for Vaush, it's also fucking lazy. It's also exceptionally lazy. When did this come out? 11th of February. When was Vaush's response stream? That was on the evening of the 9th of February, I want to say. Is that right? Is that right? Like, that's not even what Vaush's excuse was. So I think that this person has not actually watched Vaush's response. And they're just coming up with their own, they're coming up with their own sweeping methods. Because that's not what Vaush said. Also, I'm fairly certain that it wasn't from Twitter. I believe it was from some sort of hentai site, and there was a certain tag. I don't know much about how it works, but there was some sort of tag that was lolly that would have made it clear that it was indeed lolly if you were engaging in it, indulging in it, right? Right. Can I find the goblin tweet? Oh, the goblin take. Hey! Look who it is! Known Spurg, CJ Brown is in chat. Let's go! Look, I retweeted you, see? I saw this. Very good. Very good news. Right. This was what Vaush said about it.
The other one is like a threesome with 2 chicks and a guy. And in retrospect, looking at it, knowing now that that artist is a lolicon, yeah, I can see it. When I looked at it, I think the vibe that I got was like short stack, thick kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like the way like goblins get drawn in porn. You'll have to entertain me for a moment on this presumed shared knowledge of how goblins get drawn in pornography. But you know how they're all like thick short stacks, right? The other one.
So is Jalen so fucking lazy that they haven't even gone and watched Vaush's response to know what the narrative is? And they're coming up with their own lie about it. Oh, man. Because the thing to bear in mind, the difference there is that Jalen is suggesting there's like no intentionality there and that it was almost like a pure accident. Whereas what Vaush is trying to claim is that he looked at it, he saw it, and he didn't think lolicon, he thought short stack goblin and downloaded it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough sell, but I think the best bet that he's got is to just say, didn't look like a lolly at the time, Your Honor. Leave it at that. The goblin thing was a mistake. He went goblin mode.
Going around being like, oh, I
So what
found
was it
this
she
on
said?
in this situation. And that's, maybe don't put your porn on your work computer. Maybe you should use your phone, Vaush, like everyone else. Knowing Vaush, I don't think he intentionally downloaded Lolicon. I think most likely he was scrolling his Twitter feed and was clicking images and downloading them and wasn't really paying attention to what they were. There's people going around being like, oh, I found this on this website and this is tagged as Lolicon. But clearly Vaush didn't go to that website. He had no idea. Obviously, he should be way more responsible with the stuff that he's downloading and whatnot, but I really don't think it's ethical to blatantly paint someone as a pedophile because they accidentally downloaded an image or accidentally liked something. Especially—
But wait, hang on. God, these people are so stupid, aren't they? But that means you have to accept your premise that it was accidentally downloaded. And we've got why do we have to do that? Why do we have to accept that it was accidentally downloaded? That's not the most likely explanation at all. Especially considering that it was in some sort of sorting folder as well. And beyond that, what about the horsecock stuff? What about the horsecock part? Yeah, it is. This is total sides cuck bullshit, okay? If this was a right-winger that revealed this, it would be a different story. It would be nonce, you know, all the names under the sun. Like, dude, it's just absolutely shocking, sweeping and sides cuts behavior, and I find it sickening. I just find it absolutely sickening that people, you know, are going to go out there and yeah, say these things about it. I don't know. Anyway, come on, let's get through this, and then I think we'll move on to something else.
Especially because this shit is all over Twitter. It's all over Twitter mixed in with the normal stuff. Anyway, I'm just disappointed to see Ethan Klein jumping on this bandwagon and being blatantly dishonest and smearing Vaush. You can dislike Vaush. You can disagree with the things he says. That's perfectly fine. But I don't think it's right to smear someone as a predator, as a pedophile. Because I don't think Vaush is.
But how do I make money?
Thanks for the membership.
Ubso99 became a member.
Dude, that is shocking. Lazy sweeping. That's what that is.